Are you looking for the best gaming keyboards? In this video, we will look at some of the 5 best gaming keyboards on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Razer Huntsman V2. Razer knows a thing or two about keyboards, and the Huntsman V2 is a terrific testament to that fact. Armed with optical switches, delectable double-shot PBT keycaps, and subtle good looks, this board is a perfect 10 in our eyes. It even goes above and beyond by wielding built-in dampening foam, which helps ditch rattling and clattering while preserving pleasing ASMR clicks. The Razer Huntsman V2 is more expensive than most, and it's arguably designed with keyboard enthusiasts in mind. Nevertheless, it will still provide any gaming PC setup with accurate and speedy input, thanks to its 8,000 Hz polling rate. That's going to matter if you're looking to enhance your skills in the best FPS games, as you'll be able to swiftly dip, dive and dodge your way to safety during standoffs without worrying about latency. You can even swap out its keycaps to give it an aesthetic edge, a feature that'll inject a bit of personality into your PC gaming space. It's one of the best quiet gaming keyboards, and if you can afford it, is well worth the money. Number 2. Mountain Everest Max. We're a big fan of modularity, and the Mountain Everest Max fully embraces the idea of hot swappable add-ons. While many other gaming keyboards out there feature removable switches, the Everest Max supports an additional numpad and media bar, both of which elevate its functionality beyond what you'd expect from standard PC peripherals. If you're a streamer, you're going to dig the optional Mountain Everest Max display pad, as it essentially functions like a Stream Deck replacement. Equipped with LCD keys, we reckon the add-on's macro abilities could give Elgato a run for its money, all while taking up less precious surface space by being effectively part of the keyboard's footprint. A complete setup will set you back a hefty amount, but the core keyboard comes in at $150. Not unreasonable considering it packs Cherry MX switches and great build quality to boot, and it certainly makes more of a statement than most of its premium rivals on the market. Number 3. Corsair K55 Core. If you're strapped for cash or looking for something to bridge the gap between two premium gaming keyboards, look no further than the Corsair K55 Core. Where it lacks in gaming-specific features, it more than makes up for in build quality and value. Rarely will you find an RGB membrane keyboard with an MSRP below $40, but Corsair sets the standard for how to design a budget gaming keyboard and make it well worth the purchase. Better still, you're getting a full-size board here, so the K55 Core makes no compromises on size to achieve its value. It is fully supported in ICUE, allowing you to play around with the RGB zones and create whatever color pattern your heart desires, and the dedicated media keys give you quick access to what can sometimes be rather awkward function key shortcuts. The value Corsair packed into the K55 Core is hard to ignore, even if it won't compete with the more expensive options on this list. Number 4. Lowfree Flow 100. Not got a lot of desk space to spare for your gaming keyboard? Well, in that case, the Lowfree Flow 100 may be just what you need. It occupies a tiny amount of space but remains a rugged and durable piece of hardware. One small downside of it being so small is that the control key is slightly awkwardly placed, and I often end up accidentally pressing it with my palm when typing. I still love the keyboard, but it is annoying when it happens. Something that most users will appreciate is just how smoothly this thing works. Writing a sentence on the Lowfree Flow 100 is like spreading butter with a hot knife. You'll never find yourself having to give a key a second harder press because it didn't pick it up the first time, or that the opposite has happened and one press registered twice. The biggest flaw is probably with the wired connection, which I couldn't get working properly. I keep it plugged in all the time, which keeps it charged up, but it's connected to my laptop via Bluetooth, as my device didn't recognize it when I plugged it in. It's not a huge problem, since it still works just fine, but an important bit of nuance to be conscious of. All in all, it's a well-made keyboard that looks as good as it feels. It may lack dedicated media keys for volume control and so forth, but the keys are hot swappable, with Kale full POM switches, and I've not encountered any latency. If you're after something small that you can plug in and play right out of the box, but which offers some decent potential for customization, this could be the one. Number 5. Corsair K65 Plus Wireless. Corsair casually released one of the best all-around gaming keyboards we've seen in recent years in the K65 Plus Wireless. It's got something for everyone, starting with enthusiasts who love to tinker with switches and keycaps as they'll find no barriers preventing full customization. Out of the box, it may be missing hardcore gaming features, but that doesn't mean it's lacking in performance. The Corsair MLX Red switches are super responsive and also have a lovely tactile feel when you hit your typing flow. Finally, it's wireless with up to 3 savable Bluetooth profiles and a steady 2.4 GHz connection possible. All this is backed up by a super long battery life that can be extended if you disable the delightfully muted backlighting.